US supports Taiwan regardless of election results. UK nuclear missile test fails for second time in 8 years. BYD unveils $233,450 EV supercar to rival Ferrari, Lamborghini. Hello Kitty theme park in Tokyo closed after terrorist threat. Electric school buses making headway, but hurdles still stand. Google opens New York headquarters in repurposed railway terminal.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Tuesday, February 27th, and here are your top stories. House Rep Mike Gallagher told an audience in the Democratic Island on Thursday that American support for Taiwan will continue no matter who wins the upcoming U.S. election, as tensions simmer between Taipei and Beijing. Gallagher told reporters in the capital of Taipei, "I'm confident regardless of how the presidential election goes, we will maintain our support not only for Taiwan but also our posture of internationalism and engagement." The lawmaker, who chairs the House of Representatives Select Committee on China, is leading a 5-member bipartisan delegation on a 3-day visit to self-ruled Taiwan.
The trip comes amid a period of heightened tensions between Taipei and Beijing, following the deaths last week of 2 Chinese fishermen Taiwan said trespassed into protected waters. Gallagher said American efforts to support Ukraine's defense against Russia's invasion were also critical to deterring Beijing from using force against Taiwan. The lawmaker said, "The outcome in Ukraine matters not only for Ukraine and American credibility, but for deterrence in the Indo-Pacific, for cross-strait deterrence." U.S. funding for Ukraine has been mired in political infighting in Congress, where a contingent of Republicans are resisting additional aid, encouraged by presidential candidate Donald Trump.
A British nuclear missile test launch failed at a site off the coast of Florida, marking the second time in 8 years that the country's Trident II ballistic missiles have malfunctioned during trials. An anomaly occurred during the board test of nuclear-powered submarine HMS Vanguard, a UK Ministry of Defense spokesperson said Wednesday in a statement. "We're confident that the anomaly was a specific event, and therefore there are no implications for the reliability of the wider Trident missile systems and stockpile." Britain's Trident nuclear deterrent system suffered an earlier failure off the coast of Florida in June 2016.
The latest incident, first reported by the Sun newspaper, occurred during an exercise on January 30th near Florida. The Trident II missile and dummy warhead were propelled into the air, but the first stage boosters of the missile did not ignite and it subsequently sank into the ocean. According to the source, the fault was specific to the test kit and that the launch would have likely been successful if it had occurred out on a patrol, using a real nuclear warhead. The Ministry of Defence confirmed that UK Minister of Defence Grant Shapps was on board the HMS Vanguard at the time of the test anomaly. The First Sea Lord Admiral Sir Ben Key was also on board.
BYD Co. debuted its most expensive car on Sunday at 1.68 million yuan. High-performance fully electric supercar pitted against gas-guzzling options offered by rivals such as Ferrari, MV, and Lamborghini. The company said at a live-streamed event in Shanghai that the Yang 9 will initially be for the China market. The car can hit 100 kilometers per hour in 2.36 seconds and reach a top speed of 309.19 kilometers per hour. BYD became the biggest EV seller globally, overtaking Tesla in the last quarter of 2023.
While it is better known for making affordable EVs, the company markets its luxury models under the Yangquang and Fengcheng Bao brands. With a post-Lunar New Year price war looming in China, the Shenzhen-based giant is betting there remains a market for high-end products which deliver better margins. Other pricey EVs under the Yangquang brand are due to launch later this year in China, including a luxury sedan that will cost around 1 million yuan. Yangquang started delivering cars in late November. It has one production model so far, a luxury sports utility vehicle known as the U8, which costs 1.1 million yuan. The company has delivered 3,653 units as of the end of January.
Hello Kitty theme park in Tokyo has been forced to close for the day after it received a terror threat. Sanrio Pearl Land, also known as Hello Kitty Land, is located in Tama New Town in North Tokyo. In a statement published on the park's official website, operators said they received a terrorist threat email on Saturday and added, "As we are unable to adequately ensure the safety of our customers, performers, and on-site staff, we have decided to temporarily close." An official police report was filed and refunds for tickets on Saturday are being considered.
We appreciate your understanding and cooperation. We apologize for the inconvenience caused, and will continue to work hard to ensure that everyone can enjoy the event with peace of mind. According to a report by Japanese broadcaster NHK and cited by Reuters, police did not find any suspicious objects. Hello Kitty is one of the most famous and recognizable Japanese brands of all time. Created in 1974, the cartoon cat's appeal has been instrumental in spreading kawaii, Japanese pop culture overseas. Founding company Sanrio has grown into a retail and entertainment behemoth with amusement parks and restaurants throughout Japan, the United States and the United Kingdom. Sanrio Pearl Land opened in 1990 and attracts over 1.5 million visitors per year, making it one of Japan's most popular theme parks, along with Tokyo Disney Resort.
The first electric school buses in the United States began running a decade ago in 3 school districts in California, providing a ride that was much less noisy, smelly, and dirty than the diesel buses kids and parents were used to. Yet, despite the availability of the technology all these years, fewer than 1% of the 489,000 school buses in the U.S. were electric at the end of 2023. That means nearly all the buses that take many of the nation's children to school still run on fuel that sends contaminants into the air and is carcinogenic.
But that may be changing. According to the World Resources Institute's Electric School Bus Initiative, the number of electric school buses on the road or on order across the country has more than tripled in the last 2 years. One of the biggest challenges is still the cost, parents, advocates, and districts say. Even with the fuel and maintenance savings of an electric bus, they cost 2 to 3 times more than diesel. The Environmental Protection Agency is rolling out $5 billion in funds set aside for zero-emissions buses in the Biden administration's bipartisan infrastructure law, passed in 2021. Nearly 440 grants and rebates totaling $1.8 billion have already been disbursed to replace thousands of buses across several hundred school districts in the U.S.
Google is set to open its New York headquarters in a repurposed 1930s railway terminus near Hudson Square on Monday. The 12-story St. John's Terminal building, located at the nexus of Hudson River Park, the West Village, Soho, and Tribeca, is being built as a workplace designed for teams, but it's also providing a new home for a local flora and fauna. With 1.5 acres of street-level vegetation, rail-bed gardens, and terraces that are 95% made up of plants native to New York State, the habitat created by the project has attracted more than 40 bird species.
Once at the end of the railway now forming New York's High Line, St. John's Terminal served as a freight facility and office space. The renovation retained the original rail beds, turning them into planters that hang above the building's main entrance, and incorporated wood reclaimed from the Coney Island boardwalk after Hurricane Sandy. Google said that the decision to repurpose an old building, rather than constructing its new headquarters from scratch, saved 78,400 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions. The tech giant also claimed it had prevented 77% of its construction waste from ending up in landfills. The tech firm also recently converted the nearby Chelsea Market, purchased for $2.4 billion in 2018, into a retail and office development.
The answer for yesterday was D, pledge. We all had to pledge allegiance to the flag. Now let's delve into the news of Hello Kitty theme park in Tokyo closed after terrorist threat. Number 1, instrumental, 起重要作用的. He was instrumental in bringing about an end to the conflict. Number 2, suspicious, 感觉到可疑的，怀疑的. They became suspicious of his behavior and contacted the police. Number 3, behemoth, 巨头，指庞大规模、实力雄厚的公司或集团. The city is a sprawling behemoth with no heart. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune into Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I'll see you next time.